Hello friends, welcome to Notebook. It is time to know in detail about the surface of the earth on which we live. In modification of the earth's surficial form, geomorphic processes have a major role. Let's start with it. Geomorphic processes are those physical and chemical changes which affect modifications of the earth's surficial form. A geomorphic agent or agency is any natural medium which is capable of securing and transporting Earth's materials. Thus, running water, groundwater, glaciers, wind, waves, currents, tides, tsunami, etc. are great geomorphic agents. Before going to the topic, how does the geomorphic process work and creates different land features, we must know the types of the processes and their fundamentals. Have a look on. The geomorphic process is widely classified into three classes: endogenetic process, exogenetic process, and extraterrestrial process. Let's talk on the first one. Endogenetic processes. The forces coming from within the earth are called as endogenetic forces. This force or energy is mostly generated by radioactivity, rotational and tidal friction, and primordial heat from the origin of the earth. This energy, due to geothermal gradients and heat flow from within the earth, induces diastrophism and volcanism in the lithosphere. Due to variations in geothermal gradients and heat flow from within, crustal thickness and strength, the action of endogenetic forces are not uniform. Hence, the tectonically controlled original crustal surface is uneven. Endogenetic movements cause two types of movements: horizontal movements and vertical movements. These movements give birth to numerous varieties of relief features on the Earth's surface: plateaus, mountains, plains, and lakes. Volcanic eruptions and seismic events are also the expression of endogenetic forces. So, endogenetic forces and movements are divided into two major categories: sudden forces and movements, diastrophic forces and movements. Sudden forces and movements caused by sudden endogenetic forces coming from deep within the earth, events like volcanic eruptions and earthquake. These extreme events become disastrous hazards when they occur in densely populated localities. These forces work very quickly and the results are seen within minutes, but they are the result of long period of preparation deep within the earth. Geologically, these sudden forces are termed constructive forces because they create certain relief features, like volcanic eruptions create volcanic cones, lava plateaus, earthquakes create faults, fractures, lakes, etc. Diastrophic forces and movements. This force includes both vertical and horizontal movements which are caused due to forces deep within the earth. These forces operate very slowly and their effects become discernible after thousands and millions of years. These are also constructive forces. They produce meso-level relief, mountains, plateaus, lakes, big faults, etc. Diastrophic forces and movements are subdivided into two groups: epirogenetic movements, orogenetic movements. Epirogenetic word consists of two words: epiros means continent and genesis means origin. This movement causes upliftment and subsidence of continental masses through upward and downward movements respectively. They create relief features like coastal plains. Orogenetic word has been derived from two Greek words: oros means mountain and genesis means origin. This movement is caused due to endogenetic forces working in horizontal manner. The horizontal forces work in different ways, like divergent force, convergent force, and neutral force. They create relief features like warp, fold, and faults. The other geomorphic process, which has a great contribution in making the various land features, is exogenetic process. So what are exogenetic processes? How these are different from the endogenetic processes? Exogenetic processes are those processes which act on the surface of the earth and give birth to various landforms. These processes derive energy from atmosphere determined by the ultimate energy from the sun and also the gradients created by tectonic factors. All the exogenetic processes are of two types: degradation, aggradation. Degradation and aggradation together is called gradation. Degradation is the general wearing away of the land surface by external forces. This is also known as denudation. The term denudation has been derived from the Latin word denudere, which means to lay bare. It includes the result of weathering, erosion, and transportation. Weathering is the process of weakening, breaking up, rotting, and the disintegration of rocks on the Earth's surface. The disintegrating material does not have any motion but falls down due to the force of gravity. Weathering is followed by erosion, which is processes of scraping, scratching, and grinding of the surface rock. It includes removal or transportation of the weathered rock material from one place to another. The act of erosion is performed by running water, groundwater, moving ice, wind, waves, and sea currents. Aggradation is also known as deposition. The material eroded by the process of degradation is deposited in the depressions or lowlands, and these areas rise up. The agents of aggradation are same as those of erosion. The combined work of degradation or denudation and aggradation completes the gradation process, which results in making a level land. Let's find out the interrelation between degradation, aggradation, and gradation. We can take an example of a river. A river can carry more load than its capacity in the mountainous region, and erosion is the main function there. This leads to degradation of the surface area. Alternately, near to the sea, the load of the river is much more than its capacity. Thus, the result is deposition. This leads to aggradation. In the middle course of the river, the erosion and deposition are almost equal, and it is a stage of gradation. In this way, all these three processes are interlinked. Let's compare the exogenetic and endogenetic processes. In endogenetic process, energy comes from the interior of the earth. It is a very fast process in respect of time and action, which sometimes causes extreme events like earthquake and volcanic eruptions. This force or energy is mostly generated by radioactivity, rotational and tidal friction, and primordial heat from the origin of the earth. These processes are volcanic eruption, earthquake, warping, folding, and faulting. In case of exogenetic process, energy comes from the atmosphere, or we can say these forces derive their energy from the sun. It is a comparatively slower process in respect to time and action. Frictional forces and gravitational forces also act here. These processes are weathering, mass movement. In our next, we will discuss on the exogenetic processes, mass movement and weathering following the landforms. Till then, have a good day, and we will meet in the next lecture.